Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast. It's me and Dana doing some strange kind of recording because Anand is using the studio and we didn't want to miss the opportunity to record this video for you and not have a podcast on Sunday morning. Otherwise, you guys would be like wondering what happened. Both of them said they'll come back when they left on Saturday morning and they didn't come back. There would have been a mystery, so we didn't want to leave you hanging. So we did our best and we recorded with my iPhone. So what do we have, Dana?
Sir, yesterday, that means Friday, after that Trump tariff announced, that day of Trump tariff announced at the time also, not overall fall also, it's been happening. But at the Friday, heavy fall has been happening because of the pharmaceutical tariff I'm going to input, like that has been happened. Overall, pharma industry also in the red side, auto sectors also in the red side. But why the banking stocks, like in our list, like IDFC must been falling, but the Federal Karnataka Bank has been up. I don't know what was happening in that. IndusInd also falling.
Yeah. So we have to look at the data, which we'll have to wait to see what today we're recording is still Friday, right? This is on Sunday we're talking, I know, but the data is still not at hand, so we really don't know. But we have to see how much the FIIs were selling and what was the FII holding in each of these banks and why they liquidated is very simple. The FIIs are not sure what Trump is doing. And when there's always this kind of uncertainty hangs in the air, the tendency is for people to take money out and keep it close to them. This is also true in India. During the corona crash, the FIIs, DIs, everybody was selling because nobody knew what the lockdowns were going to do, what will happen in the world, what will happen in the economy. People are feeling scared. So everybody wanted cash in hand. No matter profit, PE, good business, bad business, corona will not affect this business. Nobody bothered. Everything across the board fell. And the market tanked. This is the same similar thing. The way Wall Street fell yesterday, if you saw it. So if you saw the headlines after Trump's announcement, they compared this crash to similar to what happened during the COVID crash, 2020. They said this was similar to that because markets just don't know what he's doing. If you see the volatility index in the US, it is at an all-time high or low, whatever you want to call it. The fear is extreme in the US investors' mind because they do not know what their president is capable of doing. At least in our case, we are insulated. We are far away. Our economy, yes, we do business with their economy. At the same time, we are independent of them. So, other than trying to brute strength us through trade, trade hurting us, really, other than that, he can't really do much to us unless we go into conventional war or whatever. So, economic war he can wage on us is only so much. And the way he's made enemies of everybody, all the American allies, the Canadians, the Europeans, traditional allies, if he calls them and says, hey, you take India to task, you do this to India for me, they'll be like, no, why should we do it? You're hurting us. So he's made enemies out of everybody. So if you look at it like that, the fallout on India is mainly on export. Whatever we're sending export to the US, that will definitely take a beating. Then, of course, all the dollar bonds we are holding, dollar reserves we are holding, he can squeeze us there. These are two main places he can squeeze. Then, other than that, he can, threaten us, proxy threat by saying, I'll help Pakistan do more, something. I don't think go to all this. So, one thing, hypothetically, India is okay. We have a huge domestic population with huge domestic consumption. Our consumption is not as bad as China is. China is in the tips of a deflationary spiral because their consumption is confidence for the population in their economy is at an all-time low. The Chinese people don't want to spend money like what the Japanese were for 40 years. They feel the same way. Indians are not in that frame of mind, but Indians are also a lot of pain. We've discussed this many times. The K-shaped recovery. So Federal Bank, you're right. All these are like banks. They do not export anything. They do not trade anything. So why are they being hurt, you're asking me? We'll have to wait and see the data and see how much the FIs were selling. And also, DIs are also under pressure to show profits to its account holders. So they'll also try and take some profit here and there. So we'll have to wait and see what the data says.
Even the banking stocks also up, Nifty Bank also in the up rally. IDFC been in the correction. Literally, but like,
yeah, but IDFC has been facing correction pressure for some time, even before Trump's tariffs. It wasn't like the tariffs didn't some exemplary damage. IDFC is being going through a correction phase thanks to what's happening in our microfinance units. IndusInd is, the story of IndusInd, what all has happened in IndusInd. So it's going to take some time till the investigation is done, till there's a change of leadership. So it's going to take some real time for IndusInd to come around. And those two stocks, we know the situation.
In IDFC, there is some special case. IDFC is only 10% of the business in the microfinance sector. That also they have been telling like we are going to minimize that sector exposure. Like if we are owning the 10%, if we are building a structure of 10% in the microfinance, we are going to list it like 5% or 6%. They are telling, and the sound business of the IDFC also good. The credit growth and then the deposits all has been growing. But why the investors not attacking to the?
There is no reason for it. The same reason why investors are willing to pay. Everything was falling, the Tata Consumers was going up. Yeah, exactly. In the morning, if you saw, when I asked, I didn't look at the market the entire day. I tell you guys not to do that either. But then you'll go mad. When the market initially opened, everything was falling, but Tata Consumers was going up. And why, I do not know. Okay. See. And if you try to get into these whys, you won't get anywhere. Oh, I can understand if you bought ITFC at 70, 80 rupees. Now it is at 57 rupees. You're feeling pain. I understand that. If you can't bear the pain, then don't invest. Because IDFC to go from 57 back to 80 is going to take a long time. To see again 100, it's going to take a long time. By the time IDFC comes back to 100 and 110, Trump won't be there in presidency anymore. I'm talking about 4 years. I'm not talking about 1 year, 2 years. Okay. It will take a long time, but it will recover. This even your South Indian Bank. Yeah, it is ping-ponging in a range, some 22 to 27 rupees. So, yeah, it keeps going maximum there, then comes back down and comes back up. And so, for you to see a breakout in South Indian Bank also, it's going to take time. So, these stocks are reliable, good banks, like you rightly said. And when you see an opportunity which is below book value, you buy it. And yes, you're right. IDFC, South Indian Bank, it'd be nice to see them go to 60 in South Indian Bank and IDFC go to 100, but it's going to take time. And a bank like HDFC, with the amount of reserves and cash it has, it can probably even swallow a bank like South Indian Bank. That is, yeah, if they would not do it. Because no, there's nothing in IDFC which HDFC cannot do in itself. The only reason one bank will swallow another bank is if RBI says swallow that bank. Because bank swallowing is not great business for banks because before banks used to be region. Like I'll be a Tamil Nadu bank and you'll be a Maharashtra bank and you're a Bengal bank. So by taking over another bank, you get an entire new market. Okay. But now within India, it's saturated. IDFC is everywhere, HDFC is everywhere. So HDFC is swallowing IDFC will not be any great benefit to her. Okay. But be patient. And this is why we diversifying, we invest. Yes, we invested some money in IDFC. We invested some money in pharma companies. We invested some money in gold. So in auto companies, wherever you see opportunities, keep investing.
That gold, 38% of the fall has been coming in the drop weight can be happen. The correction can be happen in the gold. Till by the John Mills, the money star from.
Okay, I can release another article saying I'll say gold will go up by 50%. So what?
$3,000 to 3,500.
I can see these are hypotheticals. If you read that article, he's outlaying a scenario where things must happen for this to happen.
After he says the gold prices was correction. Oh, it was okay, and right now the position has been coming to the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dollar price is also correcting. So what? That means you should quickly sell all your dollars. Let's say you've been holding on to dollars. You were working in the US last year, right? And you quit the job saying it's toxic there and you came back to India and you have some $100,000 sitting in your account, right? Still as dollars. And 2 months back, it was 88. So that $100,000 was 88 lakhs. You're feeling nice.
Nice.
Now suddenly you look at it, it's become 84. You have lost 4 lakhs doing nothing. You can feel very painful. So what, you must sell all your dollars? No, sir. Exactly. Same thing is true with gold. The same is also true. Doesn't mean gold that's wrong and that gold will go all the way to sky. Like we cannot say. That's why you should not sell and go crazy on this kind of a market. It is very volatile. No one knows what Trump is thinking. We do not know what China is thinking. We do not even know what our own prime minister is thinking to do with all this. So in middle of all this, we can even have other issues cropping up. Regional conflicts can come. So we have to wait and watch. Whenever I see an opportunity, that's why I say keep investing in different coffee and moving on.
Okay, sir. Then after 2 years, sir, we are not considering any IT stocks because of the price that we are paying for that and the value we are taking. So that over value right now, okay.
The problem with IT stocks, I'll tell you what, it's not the valuation per se. It is the future for them is very uncertain. You may find stocks at 20 PE, 21 PE.
Right now, TCS has been coming into the value.
Yeah, but the problem is with AI, with Trump, H1B, and all this put together, the future looks a little uncertain. So it is better to wait and watch. If you have already invested, great, keep it. If you want to hold on to it, hold on to it. But if you want to put fresh investment, I'd say wait at least for 6 months to see what is happening in the IT sector as a whole.
Like you were telling about the AI was integrating, how the company is going to adapt like that, or what metrics that you agree?
We don't know. AI adoption, how it's going to be adopted, how it's growing. You yourself have been seeing AI since the last 6 months. When ChatGPT was put off as something stupid, it was a gimmick. Now everyone, all of us are sitting and doing ChatGPT. From a thumbnail to ideas for videos, for writing leave letter, anything. Yeah. And ChatGPT is the main one which became flashy, but Gemini is there, so many other. So we do not know what is the implication of this. So let's wait and watch. Even Bill Gates, the guy who saw the pandemic, he has said AI is going to destroy a lot of jobs, and the jobs that will remain will be jobs where you have to be brilliant at what you do. Each human being has far more capacities than any computer. The human brain, has far more processing capacity than any computer. But you have to unlock it. That is in your hands.
Oh,
right. Like I said, it's in your hands. Don't fear AI. I'd rather say embrace it and learn from it. As far as the IT sector, we have to wait and watch. Which companies adopt it, how they pivot, how they grow, we'll have to wait and watch. And then also Trump's this H1B, we'll have to wait and watch. Are they able to secure other orders other than United States, and the earnings are on track? What are they going to do? We'll have to wait and see. So with all this confusion, it's better to wait. There are other stops, no?
the stocks are there.
Yeah.
But we need that some
And in this kind of, no, you need, but at the right time. Everything should be done at the right time. Oh, you should not be buying Nokia phone, right? No. If someone gives you Nokia stock, you say, I don't want it.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Someone gives you BlackBerry stock, you say the same.
Definitely. No.
Yeah. So you don't want to be in that situation. So wait and watch it. But other than that, it can be defensive also. Companies which are predominantly selling things which everyone needs, like, rice, pulses, we need to eat. Regardless, we need to eat bread. So if you look at ITC, and it's domestically insulated. Most of its business is within India. So there's a safe company to look at. So if you are very worried about tariffs, AI and all that, then look defensive.
ITC was very defensive, sir. Yeah, after a more correction in the Nifty index also, it will be in the same position. After a more rally also, it will be in a safe position.
Correct. Everyone on another video about buying one ITC for the last 15 years. You're a compounder, they're all saying, ha ha. I said, yeah, Baba, you can say ha ha ha, but looking back, it's very easy to point. Next 10 years, who knows what will become multi-bagger? Who can say? And everyone will predict now, if 10 years from now, their address will be missing.
Definitely, yeah. Because it's a very different view.
Correct.
Loss of opportunity.
If you go back to high school, only you'll realize who all became successful, who all didn't become successful. Not easy to pay it. Yeah, because in school, everyone has been thinking, this guy is very smart. He'll become someone great. Now, 10 years later, after school, you go see him, nobody is selling pan masala, the Twitter, okay. But this day, thanks to social media, even chai walas are getting 4 million followers. I was showing with Krishna, some girl who was there in Chennai Super IPL, who was doing this and then like this. Yeah, she's become a superstar. And you have all the jokers. You have Karan Johar and everyone trying to push social media and, grow. And this girl, all she was doing like this, and the cameraman caught that moment and she's gone viral.
1K to 200 and TK right now. It's all been alright.
No, it's 300 FF Christian for me. You got a 3 lakh now.
2 lakh at the time I'm see. Last conclusion. How to handle this In a mind level, I'm asking how to handle
Mind level is you invest, you log off, and you go do something else.
if the correction more happen also.
I do not, that's what I was trying to say. Arun said very happily today, I bought in one tiffin coffee.
One cup.
So he was feeling very happy that after all this ragging, he finally bought one because the correction was enough. I said, what will you do Monday morning? It goes down by another 20%. It's like, don't tell me that I bought in the wrong time. It's like that's the wrong mindset to have. You should say, I'll buy one more. And that's the way you should look at it.
But you have small amount to for this month of entire investing. But some also like
I first intended to buy gold. So that's what advice is for him, not for all of you. You have to decide on your advice and what you need to do. Arun has not done any investing at all. So for him, gold makes tremendous sense because he's got nothing. So
right now only yours.
you have absolutely zero. You have invested in the market and you have zero knowledge. The best thing to do right now in the market would be to buy some gold. But little by little till you get to 400 grams. That can be a side project because reaching 400 grams will take a very long time. You won't reach 400 grams today, tomorrow. So keep that in mind.
Price that.
Yeah. Anyway, yesterday's podcast we had to cut short a little bit because we had to give up the studio. Today we managed to polish it nicely for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, like, and do all those nice things. Dana will, of course, answer all your questions on Instagram. Are you here next weekend, Dana? He'll be in Tiruvannamalai. So all of you are doing Girivalam in Tiruvannamalai, make sure you keep an eye out for Dana. If you see him, say, hey, Dana, take a selfie and send it to me on Instagram. I'd love to see Dana out in the wild, as they say. Nothing else more to say. Have a wonderful week ahead. Have a wonderful day, Sunday recovering. And me and Dana see you next weekend, hopefully with something more interesting. Thank you.
Bye.